नमः सर्वेभ्यः कक्ष्यायां स्वागतं। प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। हरि ओम तत्सत्। अस्माभिः तृतीयपाठस्य आरम्भः कृतः। तत्र समासस्य विषये किञ्चित् पठितं, किञ्चित् झटिति एकवारं पुनरावर्तनं कृत्वा अग्रे गमिष्यामः। अस्माभिः तत्पुरुषेषु पृथक् यदस्ति कर्मधारयः इति, अथवा एतस्य समानाधिकरणसमासः इत्यपि नाम अस्ति। समानाधिकरणसमासः इत्यपि नाम अस्ति। कर्मधारयः इति अपि नाम अस्ति। तो कर्मधारये किं? तत्पुरुषः समासः एव। तत्पुरुषः यः समासः समानाधिकरणः भवति तद् सः कर्मधारयः इति उच्यते। अर्थात् उत्तरपदस्य पूर्वपदस्य अधिकरणं समानं भवेत्। अर्थात् दे आर् एक्सिस्टिंग इन द सेम विभक्ति and vachana sense. Okay, so they have placement in the same vector. For example, if you see Shashti Tatpurusha, Rajñah Putraha, Rajaputraha is bhavat. Rajñah is in Shashti, Putraha is in Pratama there, Rajaputraha is the derivative. Okay, similarly in other Tatpurushas. So, Karmadharaya is distinct in that the Vigraha Vakya will see the two words typically always present in Pratama Ekavachana, and then we do the, depending on the eventual samasas vibhakti placement, we can do tasya, tasmin, like this, tayoho, whatever vibhakti vachana displacement we can do. But the definition will typically be in Prathama. So the Purva Pada will be Prathama, Dvitiya Pada will be Prathama, and then the Samasta Pada, of course, in the first generative will be in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana. Okay, so that's what. And so Tatpurushah Samanadhikaranah Karmadarayah Itopi Vaktum Shaknumah Purvottara Padabhyam, between the Purva and Uttara Padas, Ekah Eva Padartah Uchyate. Both of them are pointing to one meaningful target. Okay, so अर्थात विशेषण विशेष्य भावः वर्तते इति वक्तुं शक्नुमः। यद्यपि तत्र विशेषण पूर्वपद उपमान पूर्व पृथक् पृथक् गणाः सन्ति, भेदाः सन्ति, परन्तु सर्वत्र किञ्चित् विशेषण विशेष्य भावः वर्तते एव। वयं तत्तु ज्ञातुं शक्नुमः। तो तत्कारणात् विशेषण विशेष्य भावः वर्तते। समानाधिकरणे भवति च तयोः स्थापनम्। विशेषणपूर्वपदः नीलोत्पलम्, उपमानपूर्वपदः हिमशीतलं। किमर्थं पदः पदः इति? समासः अथवा कर्मधारयः इति वक्तुम्। विशेषणपूर्वपदः कर्मधारयः समासः इति आहत्य समस्ते विशेषणपूर्वपद कर्मधारय समासः इति वक्तुं शक्नुमः। तदपि समस्तमपि तत्र कर्मधारयः एव। विशेषणपूर्वपदः समासः, विशेषणपूर्वपदसमासः, तद्वत् कर्मधारयसमासः एव तस्मिन् पदे वर्तते। अस्तु, चिन्ता नास्ति। उपमानपूर्वपदः हिमशीतलं, हिमम् इव शीतलम्। उपमानोत्तरपदः नरसिंहः। अत्र सामान्यतया यत्र एवं क्रियते चेत् सिंह नरः इति भवति, तथा न क्रियते। लोके नरसिंहः इत्येव प्रयोगः, तथापि तत्र नरस्य प्राधान्यत्वं वर्तते एव। सिंहः इति यत् सूच्यते नरः एव सः। अर्थात् नरः सिंहः इव। अत्र विसर्गं स्थापयतु भवद्भिः। विसर्गलोपः किञ्चित् संशयास्पदं भवति अत्र। नरः सिंहः इव। संभावनापूर्वपदः यथा आम्रः इति वृक्षः। जातिव्यक्तिविशेषक, जातिव्यक्तेः विशेषणविशेष्यभावः तत्र व्यक्तिजातेः। प्रथमं व्यक्तिः तदनन्तरं जातिः आम्रवृक्षः इति तादृशक्रमेण एव स्थापनीयम् अन्ततो गत्वा एषः अपि वृक्षः आम्रः अपि वृक्षः एव वृक्षविशेषः अवधारणापूर्वपदः अत्र किम् एव इति विग्रहवाक्ये विद्या धनस्य सामान्यतया विशेषणत्वेन वक्तुं न शक्नुमः विद्या धनम् इति परन्तु एकरीत्या विद्या धनमेव किल वयं जानीमः that is a richness in us vidya it's one of the better types of richness we can possess okay so vidya eva dhanam vidya dhanam it doesn't necessarily mean when you educate you can earn money that is a kshullaka way of looking at it that is not it vidya itself is the shri in me that's how it is it doesn't matter whether I will in the end make rupya come from it okay madhyama padalopi is where we need to in the vigraha vakya bring an additional word to correctly explain it chaya pradhanah taruhu chaya taruhu I mean one which is dominant in providing shade that sense is okay so some more examples we study. I'm not going to go back, but following my difficulty yesterday while teaching, I have done the necessary annotation so that there is no confusion. So hopefully for future lessons that will be useful. But I think in the end we did this analysis in the class. Huh? So haltingly though, we did that correctly in the end, I think. Okay. So, for example, there was some Guru Deva Guru type of thing, right? Guru Devaha, Guruhu Eva Devaha, that what? Okay. And Deva Guruhu is also a word that is present, but that will become Shashti Tat Purusha. Devanam Guruhu, Deva Guruhu, who is that? Brihaspati. As we know from Purana, it is Brihaspati. Okay. Shukra was Rakshasanam Guruhu, Asuranam Guruhu, Asura Guruhu, Devaguruhu iti tatra.
No, the point yesterday was in Guru Devaha. Could it also be Guru Deva Iva?
Yeah, yeah. Like we discussed that also. That we can. Atra samasasya nirdaraha artham ashritya kriyate. एवमेव गुरुदेवः इति संस्थाप्य तत्र एकः एव एकमेव रूपमस्ति इति न वक्तुं शक्नुमः तत्र यथा अस्माभिः प्रायः प्रथमस्तरे एव अर्थात् प्रवेशस्तरे एव पठितमासीत् श्लोकमेकं किम् आसीत् तत्र लोकनाथः इति लोकस्य नाथः वा लोकः नाथः यस्य सः इति वा इति तत्र विग्रहद्वयं भवितुमर्हति एकस्मिन्नेव श्लोके एकः भिक्षुकः राजानं वदति किल तत्र भवान् लोकनाथः अहमपि लोकनाथः इति किमपि वदति किल तद्वत् तत्र एकत्र बहुव्रीहिः अपरत्र तत्पुरुषः लोकस्य नाथः राजा लोकः नाथः यस्य सः भिक्षुकः तद्वत् अत्रापि तावत् दूरः नास्ति तत्र तु अर्थद्वेदः बहु आसीत् अत्र तावान् दूरे अस्ति इति वक्तुं न शक्नुमः गुरुः एव देवः गुरुः देवः इव एतयोः भेदः अति किञ्चिदेव किल वर्य
नमस्ते महोदय परीक्षायाम् अत्र दीयते शॉर्ट फॉर्म्स उपयुक्तुं शक्यते वा विपूकः
No. Write the whole thing for the exam. Okay. Nobody understands this Vipuka and Pupuka and all that. Just for our slide, for the reason of compactness, I have deployed them. Please don't do this. Yeah. Don't lose marks for such reasons. Yeah. 1.2 and all is fine. 2.1, everybody understands. This 2.1 Napum. But this and all is not any standard. So I would rather put it in words.
Okay.
Yeah. I think who was the gentleman? I didn't hear back from him. The gentleman that talked about this Gurudeva variation.
Yes.
Varya, was it clear?
So, it's okay. Okay. So,
No, it's
what
no
you're saying
question of
is,
okay. Just to tell, is
No.
it correct, the understanding, or you still didn't understand? Okay is like nowhere.
understood was depending on the context.
Yes, correct.
Depending
Context
on the
dependent.
context,
But also there should be
it can be-
possibility. Lokanatha cannot become Tritiya Vibhakti Tatpurusha. There should be possibility. There will be
okay.
2 or 3 possibilities for certain words. Depending on the meaning, those possibilities can be picked. An impossible combination, of course, will not be meaningful. Huh? Okay, sir.
That's right.
Yeah. But what you do in the exam, if you think 2 possibilities are there, either write both the answers, or in addition to that, please also write the Vigraha Vakya. Okay, so that it's clear what your intent is. Okay. Yeah. Then it cannot be questioned.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, for example, indicate the type of samasa. Suppose it's there. And then you get doubt, oh, this can fit into, write both answers and write the Vigraha Vakya. Spend that extra seconds in such situations. It's okay. It's not like reams of sentences to write. So, okay. So now, having reviewed the yesterday's learning somewhat, let us continue the additional points that Samskrita Bharati intends to teach us. Now, look, Samskrita Bharati in the Kovida has attempted to introduce samasa to you. In fact, they only are taking the easy path of teaching the common rules. Okay. So, and also even there in a limited way. They are not trying to go into Paninian Shastra and all that. So, if you go into samasas as part of the Paninian Shastra, there will be Samanya and Vishesha, not this Vishesha that we see above, Samanya Vishesha rules. Okay. That means standard rules and exception rules, that kind of thing. Okay. So everything that is told in this at this level should not be construed as the gospel truth, to use the Christian term, should not be construed as the gospel truth and believed. Okay. This is the starting point. Okay. And it is not incorrect as a starting point. Exceptions are there. That has to be remembered. That's why whenever we give Lakshana Katana also, we say Prayah Uttarapada Pradhanah, like that we say for Tatpurusha. Why Prayah? Look, Pratama Tatpurusha itself, it's Purvapada Pradhana. Ardham Gramasya, Ardha Gramaha. It is actually about Ardha Bhaga. It is more accented on the Ardha Bhaga than Grama. Grama happens to be the entity for which the Ardha is being referred. Okay. So it's kind of, you cannot say it is Purva Pada, Uttara Pada Pradhana in a certain way. You have to kind of conclude it's a Purva Pada Pradhana in a sense. Okay. So Prayaha is used generally, most likely, that is the implementation variation, because exceptions are there in language rules always. Okay. So Vishesha, this Vishesha is about special mentions related to Karmadharaya. Okay. There are 2 ways in which Vigraha Vakya of Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharaya is given. So only for Visheshana Purvapada. Okay. So remember, the other ones already have special sentences, you see here. See, other ones already have Eva and then Eva later. Order of the Eva is also important. Then Iti and then Eva and this kind of thing, and then Madhyama Pada. So this, you please, this sheet is very important. That's why these examples. So in fact, when I learn, actually later on in my exercise, I will show you. See here, this table on the top, okay, this is what you should commit to memory, at least at this level. Okay, Visheshana Purvapadah, Neelamutpalam, Neelotpalam, Upamana Purvapadah, Himam Iva Sheetalam, Himashetalam, Upamanottarapadah, Narasimha Iva Narasimha. This way. Okay, just commit this much for now. All the 9 is not needed. Luckily, they are teaching us 6. So stick to those 6 and keep this table. If you stick to this table and are able to kind of memorize it with meaning in your mind, you will not fall into trouble. Okay, for this level. So for the Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharaya, which is one probably the dominant subvariant of Karmadharaya, you can use the Samskrita Bharati simplified method, Neelam Utpalam, without further going into histrionics about it. Okay. In this case, Utpalam is Napumsaka, so Neelam is Napumsaka as a Visheshana. Okay. Neelaha Megaha, Neela Megaha is pulling a statement for a similar Samastapada. So, but you can actually see in the Vyakarana world, they actually go with this kind of vigraha, little bit more elaborate. And why this elaboration has been skipped by Samskrita Bharati at this level is that elaboration requires knowledge of Adas Shabda. And Adas Shabda is it's a hard nut to crack. So you see, asau, amu, ami, amum, amu, amun, amuna, amubhyam, amibihi. See, amibihi, amusha, amushai, amubhyam, amibhyah. I am probably too old now to memorize this. I can appreciate looking at it, but and then the same thing, others in Strilinga has subtle variations. It's tracking pulling also, confusing us further. Asau, amu, amuhu instead of ami. Then amum, amu, amuhu, amuya. See, amuna, amuya. And then overlaps and variations. So we will fall into a great pit going into this. Luckily, for the purpose of Vigraha Vakya, Asau is enough. So yeah, if you can remember Asau, you can do that. Okay. Neelaha Chasau Megah Neela Megah. No problem. Asau or you can avoid it totally using Neelaha Megah in a simplified way. So you can stick to the number one type. Okay. But you will see grammarians use this method. Okay. Instead of tatu, they may even deploy adaha. Okay. I mean, continue using others in the Napumsaka. Napumsaka is even confusing. Adaha, amu, amuni. It's tough. Okay. This ami is it's kind of used also in certain verses of Tagore. I don't know whether he means in Pratama Bahuvachana or some other way. Okay. Maybe it's a Bengali derivative variation. Okay. Because Ami is a very popular word in Bengal, as Mondalvarya, who may be there around today, will agree. Amake, Ami, etc. Okay. All right. So that's what. Neelam Utpalam, Neelam cha tat Utpalam. Why tat here? Because Utpalam is Napumsaka. Okay. While following the second style of Vigraha Vakya, you must keep in mind the gender and number of the Visheshya and Visheshana that are compounded. Okay. Study the following examples carefully. Unnata balakaha, unnatas chasau balakascha. See, they have not only done the cha in two places, they have also done the visargasya sakaraha shchutvam cha. So visargasya sakaraha shchutvam cha abhavat tatra. तो उन्नतश्चासौ बालकश्च पुंसि उन्नत बालिका उन्नता चासौ अगेन असौ बिकॉज स्त्रीलिंगे अपि असौ इत्येव असौ बालिका च again you can do you don't because a and cha there is no sandhi, there is no swara sandhi or visarga sandhi, so you keep it separate. Okay, its sandhi is not possible, so avasana is best. Okay, some old style Tadapatra never put spaces, they just keep typing letters, scrolling the letters one after the other. In modern days we use the avasana. Okay, we don't follow that kind of compaction. Unnata chasau balika cha. Unnatam cha tadbhavanam. Okay, here you can do jastva tadbhavanam. Okay, because bha is a soft vyanjana, so you can do tad. And you can further remove the avasana if you wish. You can keep it. But even with the avasana, there is the influence of the bakara and the takara into jastva. In fact, it remains jastva, I should say. Chartva doesn't ensue. Jastva is conditionless. Chartva doesn't ensue. I hope I'm making sense. Those who have done the shiksha sandhis correctly will understand. Yes.
Can we, saying unnata chasau, can we say unnata saha balakah sa Cha.
No. If you stick to second variety, you have to use others.
In variety means?
Second variety, Neelam Chata Tutpalam variety.
Oh, so you have to use others only?
Yeah, for the pullinga and
First.
strillinga. That means asau. Just remember one
No,
word.
I'm asking whether we cannot use the other
You cannot use
pronouns,
saha, sa.
or you cannot even
There's
use
a little
ayam,
bit
idam.
what you call squeezing.
No, can we use ayam, idam? They're also all same. No? I mean,
Yeah, you perhaps ayam idam could be used. Yes.
Mhm.
Could be used. I because it's old grammar style. Maybe some places that is deployed. Finally, you know what? Just stick to simple Visheshana
Exam
Visheshya.
methods for the
Yeah,
exam.
just don't get into this cha variety. Okay.
Okay.
Unless it is given as an example, then you can understand and write the Samastapada after also. Suppose they have given some Vigraha Vakyas and ask you to write the Samastapada and identify. I don't think exam ever gives that direction at all. I have not seen. They usually give the more difficult, write the Vigraha Vakya and the Samasa name. Like that they will give.
Why I'm asking you is because Niche Bahuvachan mein they have used te, ta, tani. That's why I'm asking.
Actually, I will tell you, I wouldn't do this. Samskrita Bharati has put this. Okay. I would stick to Ekavachane and then do Vibhakti. So I would write it as Unnata Balakaha, Unnatascha Balakascha or Unnataha Balakaha, and then put Kama, Te Unnata Balakaha. I would write. Okay. My method is Ekavachana and then Vibhakti or Vachana and Vibhakti and Vachana. Some places only Vachana. Unnata Balakaha is only Vachana displacement. Unnata Balakanam would be Shashti Bahuvachana, Vibhakti and Vachana displacement. So, why you do Unnata Balakaha and then go to Unnata Balakanam? Just do Unnata Balakaha and Tesham Unnata Balakanam. Like that you do. Okay? I would advise that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, stick to Ekavachana Vigraha so that you have a simple, what you call less complicated headache. Okay, and then do single Vibhakti displacement where it's very easy. All you have to use is Tad Shabda.
Okay.
Saha, Sa, Tat. This, we have those three committed to our memory like anything. Right from childhood, we have been committing that. So that's not difficult.
Mahodaya, नपुंसकलिङ्गे तत् शब्द तत् पदस्य स्थाने अधः इति पदम् अपि प्रयोजनं कर्तुं शक्नुमः स्यात्?
आम् असौ अधः इत्यपि परन्तु मया यद्युच्यते ज्ञातुमेव एतत् पठामः रूपमेतत् अस्माकं प्रयोगे प्रथमरीत्या एव कुर्मः इति उक्तं तावदेव.
द्वितीयरीत्या एव अपि तत् शब्दस्य तत् शब्दपदस्य
अधः इति सङ्गच्छते.
अस्तु अस्तु.
You told no, sir.
Adamayamidam, that also could be deployed potentially. Okay?
Astu.
Okay. So that's what we just looked at this. Ekavachane, Bahuvachane. I won't go again reading all that. You guys can kind of quickly look at it. But I would stick to Ekavachana and then do the displacement. Okay? That is method is better for me. Following the same method, try and dissolve other examples of Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharya. What they're asking you in your scrapbook, please pick up the other Visheshana Purvapadas that we identified. See, Vi, Puka. Okay, not too many are given in the example. Couple more are given. So you could pick up some more and do that. Okay, but just as an exercise, but I don't think explicitly they will ask to do Vigraha in this way. So I would stick to the simpler, easy path provided by Samskrita Bharati at this level. They will have some what you call Arsha Prayoga, I mean, not Shishta Prayoga. There is a difference between Arsha Prayoga and Shishta Prayoga. In earlier class, I may have misused the word carelessly. Arsha Prayoga means Rishi Prayoga, which is we consider as pre-Paninian. Okay? Shishta Prayoga is including post-Paninian variants that may be seen. Like, for example, Kalidasa and others may have deployed. We call them as Shishta Prayoga. So what they say is don't create some new things if you are not sure. If Shishta Prayoga is seen, then that is a usable form. Like that we say. That is Shishta Prayoga. Arsha Prayoga is where we explain, this is not following exactly, because this dhatu is described in Paninian dhatu pata as Atmanepadi, but you see a Parasmaipadi deployment. Typically, we see the other direction. We see Parasmaipadi deployed as Atmanepadi. So that kind of thing is called Arsha Prayoga. For example, Ramayana, Mahabharata abound in those. None of them are like too difficult. In fact, for us simpletons who don't even know which dhatu is Atmanepadi, which is Parasmaipadi, except a few, we will kind of read it and not even identify this is non-Paninian. At least it may still make sense to us. That's all. Okay. Yeah. So that's the difference
that
between
is safer,
Arsha
sir.
Prayoga and Shishta Prayoga. Yes, Varye.
It is safer, no, sir. Like when we don't know too much of grammar, like stick to the safer methods.
Yeah, at this level, it's okay
Yeah,
to err
exactly.
also. What I am telling you is it's okay to err, but not justify saying this is Shishta Prayoga is seen, so I am doing it. I mean, Arsha Prayoga is seen, so I am doing it. No, that's all is being told. That's all.
True.
Be aware that you are deviating. That's all. And nobody is, giving any stricture to you saying, why did you do this?
True.
It's okay.
Yeah.
When you don't have ability to check something and then write, don't hesitate too much. It's okay. Go with your instincts, because we have to make like a child, when it walks, it falls. It's not an error. It is part of the story of learning to walk. That's how we look at it. So we are all children. Okay. So more Vishesha Vishayaha to be learnt by us. Today some more Tadditantas, the third Tadditanta teaching that is there for us. Today we are learning about Tarap Tamap Pratyaya. Tarap Tamap Pratyayas. Okay, and some more. That's all. I think only Tarap Tamap only we are learning. Okay, let's step into that. Okay, these two affixes. Okay. Affix, suffix, I don't know when English uses the word affix and when it uses suffix. Suffix, I mean it's postfix. Affix, generally I used to think it is prefix, but here affix is not necessarily prefix. It is like a generic word for even suffix, I think, looks like. Are added to pratipadikas to express comparative and superlative degrees respectively. Okay. Comparative means comparing two entities. Superlative means putting one entity above the rest in a group. Okay. I mean, because these two words are also not as if they're immediately clear to us. Comparative is probably very clear. Superlative is probably we have seen only in grammar books. Okay. So, yeah. So, like Trump always speaks in superlatives, whereas the rest of us stick to comparatives like that. Okay. Comparative and superlative degrees respectively. So between two, one in many. That's the simpler way of looking at it. Okay. So Tarap is between two. Tamap is one, top one of many, not one in many, top one or singled out one. Top is not a correct word to use. One singled out from many. Okay. Separated from many. Okay. So Ramakrishnayoho Krishnaha Chaturataraha. See, because only Rama and Krishna are involved. Okay. So this, see, Ramakrishnayoho is Shashti Vibhakti. Okay. So typically in comparative, this is seen. Okay. Between Rama and Krishna, to say, we kind of use Shashti. Okay. So Ramakrishnasya is not technically possible unless one person is named Ramakrishna as a Sanya. But Ramakrishnayoho is Dvitiya Vibhakti Shashti. Ramakrishnayoho artat madhye. Okay. Krishnaha Chaturataraha. Madhye you can imagine in the mind. Don't need to. So Krishnaha Chaturataraha. Krishna is smarter between Rama and Krishna. So here in the end they have put the resultant English. Krishna is cleverer than Rama. But the Butler English is between Rama and Krishna. Krishna smarter. Okay. Nothing wrong. And then straight it right later. Okay. In fact, German grammar is very, very close to Samskritam. That's why Germans love Samskritam. German grammar goes in this order only. And there is a very, very funny German video floating around, one German who speaks English in German grammar. And I thought I loved his statements because it sounded like Samskritam to me. Okay. Balakeshu Krishna Chaturatamaha. So here, Balakeshu, amongst Saptami Bahuvachana. See there, Shashti Dvivachana, Saptami Bahuvachana. Balakeshu Krishna Chaturatamaha.
Balakanam Krishna Chaturtamapi
No.
no.
Mhm.
Between all.
Balakeshu is the style used. But if you use Balakanam, then you have to forcibly put Madhye.
Oh.
Okay. Bring the Saptami in that sense. Okay. Balakanam Madhye Krishna Chaturatamaha is a legal statement. Balakanam Krishna Chaturatamaha. Balakanam Krishna is like a Shashti relationship type of thing. Okay, and then that it won't fit. Tama won't fit.
No, this Ramakrishna Yoho could also be Saptami.
Could also be Saptami. That's what I was looking back and saying.
I think Saptami
Ramakrishna Yoho may be Saptami. I will cross verify that. Okay. Ramakrishna Yoho may be Saptami. That means Madhya may not be technically needed.
Between
Okay.
people, it cannot be.
Yeah. Rame, Ramayoho, Rameshu is there. No, so same form is there in Saptami. So potentially that is Saptami. Okay. But if you think of it as Shashti, then we can say infer a Madhya. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Varya? Okay. Strishu Shakuntala Sundara Tama. So here Strilinga, Strishu. Okay. Sitasu. Sitasu. Of course, Sitasu, there are many Sitas won't be there. So Strishu Shakuntala. For example, Chatrasu. Chatrasu Shakuntala Chaturatama. Like that. Okay. Then Amra Narangayoho Amram Madurataram. So between Ambra and Naranga, that means Naranga here is reference to orange. Naranga Palam. Nagapur. Naranga. Narangapuram has become Nagapur. Naranga Yoho Amram Madhurataram. It's a sweeter like that.
I think we had studied this in Vibhakti of Pravesha also, sir. All this when you are comparing which
potentially use of Saptami in this sense
it
may
was
have
there,
been as part of the Saptami Vibhakti teaching, correct?
Yes, sir,
Bajal?
it was
So
there,
in
sir.
which case, if you find it there very clearly, this is Saptami Vibhakti,
Yes,
that is
sir.
the teaching we have to hold
Actually, it is given very clearly. I don't have the book now. It's very
okay, no problem. Your memory is good. So thanks for confirming that. That's very good. Yeah. Okay. Amra Narangayoho Amram Madurataram. This is a matter of opinion. But I think Indians are partial to mangoes. So Pituhu Brata Pitruvyaha. Okay. So basically the Taraptamau finishes there. They have only that much lesson finished off. So now some different types of tadditas, they are not trying to identify the name of the pratyaya and all that. They are not what you call, there may be a lot of soon that thing like that, but they have not bothered to complicate our lives. So like they have earlier only very openly told, please know the tadditas from their forms. Let's not go behind the pratyaya rules, etc. for now. Okay. So some popular words which are tadditas they are teaching us. So, Pituhu Brata, brother of the father. Pitruvyaha, father's brother, uncle. Okay. Okay. And then Matuhu Brata, Matulaha. Okay. You see, completely different type. Okay. So, the derivative is from a different pratyaya. Pituhu Pita, Pita Maha. So, the Mahat Shabda is used here as a pratyaya. A greater father, like that. Father's father. Matuhu Pita, Mata Maha. So here we just go by final forms. You can kind of see Mahat is used in the sense of a Upapada type of pratyaya. And here some pratyayas are there which we don't know. Unnamed pratyayas are involved in Pitruvyaha, Matulaha, Matula, etc. Okay. Matulani is there, I think. Matula is not correct, perhaps. Different type of three pratyaya is deployed there. Okay. Vayyakaranaha. व्याकरणं जानाति पठति इति वैयाकरणः व्याकरणं जानाति अथवा पठति इति see studies or knows. I wish they had given Samskrita vigraha. This is a little lame, but we will state it. Vyakaranam janati pathati va iti vayakaranah. न्यायशास्त्रं पठति पाठयति वा अथवा जानाति जानाति पठति वा इति नैयायिकः. सो वैयाकरणः नैयायिकः पौराणिकः राष्ट्रियः. सो राष्ट्रसम्बद्धं राष्ट्रियम् अथवा राष्ट्रसम्बद्धः राष्ट्रियः in pullinga. Okay. This all can take, for example, for pullinga it will go vayakaranah. If it is a lady, then it's a vayakarani or something. Vayakarani, no, that is a different type of pratyaya. Karanika, something may come. I am not sure.
Karanini or something like that.
That's what. Neither you are sure nor I am sure. So we'll stick to unknowns for now.
One more doubt regarding that Matamaha and see, we learnt in the Samasana Prapita something Prapita.
That is a further Matamahasya. So Matamahasya mother's father's father will become Pramatamaha, something like that. Prapitamaha, Pramatamaha, like that. That is the additional. I don't think that is a Tadita, that is some other. I don't know the Vritti or Samasa Vritti is involved in that. We don't.
It was Pradi Samasa or something, I don't know.
Right. So it's a Samasa Vritti, not a Tadita Vritti.
Okay.
Yeah. Some places, we climb using Tadita and then further using Samasa like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Pauranikaha. Puranam janati iti pauranikaha. I will just stick to janati. Pathati, we don't need this. Rashtriyaha. Rashtre bhava iti bhavati va. Related to nation is there. Sambandha is there. So I was wondering. Rashtrasya ayam rashtriyaha iti api syat. Rashtrasya ayam rashtriyaha. Ayamiyamidam style usage. Okay. Then graminaha. Gramasya ayam graminaha. Gramasya ayam, one who is of this grama, graminaha. Athva grame vasati yaha graminaha. That in the, I wish they had given Samskrita rather than this English thing. I think what they are doing is they are not trying to torture us with accurate Vigraha Vakya at this level. They are trying to just put in our mind the Grama word and the Gramina word, Rashtra word and Rashtriya word, Purana and Pauranika word. That much they want to introduce into our head now. Okay.
So, Rashtriya is almost like Bharata, Bharatiya.
Bharatasya ayam Bharatiyaha. Same way, Rashtrasya ayam Rashtriyaha. Correct. Rashtriyaha. Here for some reason Rasva is there. Okay. Again, deeper rules were involved. You can see it is not Rashtriyaha, Bharatiyaha, no, Rashtriyaha. Okay, so there are some rules involved. Okay, Dakshinatyaha, Dakshina Deshiyaha iti Dakshinatya, artat Dakshinasya ayam Dakshinatyaha. Dakshina bhage vasati. Rashtrasya Dakshina bhage vasati iti Dakshinatyaha. Kutrapi asit kila Dakshinatyaha Katyayanah Dakshinatyaha iti. Kutrapi patitam asmavihi. Paschatyaha. Anvarya. Anvarya Paschatya asti.
It is born, so the person may live anywhere but is born.
Yeah. But maybe born or living.
So do we say Jataha, sir? Jataha, no, correct? No. So
Yeah. Okay. Dakshinatya can move to north, so correct. Dakshinatya is a sense of from that region, so born in that region. Yeah. Jataha. Dakshina bhage Jataha Dakshinatyaha. Okay, no problem. We'll accept born sense. Okay. But see, Southerner, sometimes it may be born. I am a Mysorean, but I was born in Bengaluru. But that does, because I was born in Bengaluru, I am hardly a Bengalurian. So I would identify myself as a Mysorean. So there is a questionable entity with respect to birth association. Birth is one way and belonging is another way. So Mysuru Nagariyaha इति मम मतिः, यद्यपि मम जन्म बेंगळूरु अभवत्. पाश्चात् नगरीयः, so that's the new tadita there. हाँ, पाश्चात्यः, पश्चिमदेशे जातः पाश्चात्यः. पौर्वात्यः, पूर्वभागे जातः पूर्वात्यः, so opposite of पाश्चात्यः. So Bali, Indonesia, these places, पौर्वात्यः. So पौर्वात्यः, purva, growth has happened. Yeah, U has become au. Kutratyah, question word. Of which place? So even a question word goes into tadita there. Kutra, kutratyah. Okay. So that's kutratya. Anvarya, kutratya asti. Okay. Anjanavarye, Anjanavarya, pratama strilingi. Anjanavarya, kutratya asti. Anjanavarya, Mysuru Nagariya asti. I'm imagining. Tatratyah. So kutra tatra. Answer to that. Tatratya, tatratyah, tatratyam. Three lingas. Okay. Hyastanaha. Okay. Yesterdays. So hyaha is there, no word. That has become hyastana word. Hyastanaha. Adyatanaha. Hyastana kakshya sushtu asit. I am thinking. Okay. Hyastana kakshya sushtu asit. Yesterday's class was nice, like that. Adyatanaha. So this is today's is written, but adyatana sometimes is used means of these days also. Adyatana balakaha adhikam patitum adhikakalam yavat patitum na shaktaha. I can generally say. Okay. My class and all, they will fall apart. I am torturing you for 2 hours, but most of you are from my era, so you are tolerating me. Shwastanaha. Okay. Shwaha, shwastanaha. Adya, adyatanaha. Hyaha, hyastanaha. Good forms to remember. Okay. So of that yesterday, something of yesterday. Hyastana pathe asmabhihi karmadaraya samasah patitaha. Like that. Karmani prayoga. Shwastanaha. Dante bhavaha dantyah. Okay. So here at last they have started giving some vigraha. I think I would, if I want to improve this slide, I would write the Sanskrit vigraha for all of them, sourcing from the accurate references rather than from my own head. Okay. So, but jataha, at least I can believe they have said born. So like Mahodaya said, stick to jataha for born, bhavaha for living or something like that.
Bhava
Okay.
also means born. Bhava also is in a way born also, no?
Bhava, correct. Bhavaha is also born sense. Vasati could be living. Grame vasati iti graminaha. Like that. Typically, they would write the English to match a Sanskrit vigraha, but I would source this vigraha accurately from a better lesson somewhere. Okay. And quote them. It will be useful. But like we know, that's not like again only one way. It's possible that we can write the vigraha in a couple of ways depending on how we conclude the Rashtriyata. Okay. So Dante Bhavaha Dantyaha. This is used in Maheshwara Sutra and all. No, or basically when the Akshara Patha we receive, we know that certain letters in the Vargiya Vyanjanas, the Dantyas are there. So Dantyaha. So which are the Dantyas? Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma are oshta. So ta, tha, da, dha, na are dantyas, right? So takaraha dantyaha is a simple sentence example.
Ridulasanam dantaha.
Rutulasanam dantyaha va tatha.
Dandava.
A slightly different placement is there, yeah, but dantya shabda is used there. Okay, kante bhavaha kantyaha. This is kakara kavarga. Kavarga is kantya. Okay, so kakaraha kantyaha. Kavarga aksharani kantyani. You can go visheshana sense there. Kantyani aksharani kantyani, like that. Aksharam is napumsaka pada. That's why. Okay. Mukham iva mukyaha. Oh, I didn't know this derivative. See, now it's become very technical. We have to remember somehow. That's all. Mukhya, we know Mukhya is used very much in Hindi world also. No? It's in Mukhiya. They make it Mukhiya, which means a Pradhana Purusha of the Grama. One who is the leader of the village is called Mukhiya. So, same sense. Mukhya has generated Mukhiya. Mukham Iva. Why he is Mukhiya? He is literally the face of the village because he is representing the village in all the external meetings and etc. So beautiful derivative of mukhyata, pradhanata from mukha, because face is the dominant element of a human body and any living body which has a face. Okay, so mukhyaha.
We can also say pradhan. No, pradhan.
Pradhana is also word used for the same, correct? Some places they use he is the grama pradhana. प्रधान बोलते हैं हिंदी में, वही वो सेम सेंस है उधर. प्रोमिनेंट सेंस इज डायरेक्टली टेकन फॉर प्रधान, whereas mukha is taken in the sense of an anga which is pradhana, so mukhya is derived. Very interesting. हाँ, समाजं रक्षति सामाजिकः. Okay, wow, what a deep meaning. सामान्यतया वयं चिन्तामः सामाजिकः इत्युक्ते जनः इति, परन्तु तत्र पश्यतु तद्धिते रक्षति इति. He has a responsibility of protecting the society. That's why he is samajika. Otherwise, he is a bahishkrita purusha. He has been excommunicated. So the responsibility is built into the Vigraha Vakya. Samajam rakshati samajika. Apapa. Sabhayam sadhuhu sabhyaha. Baba. Again, look. He has to be a fit person. He should be qualified to be in the meeting. Then he is called Sabhya. And the word Sabhya, the Laukika meaning is actually a gentle, civilized, gentlemanly. That is coming from one who is fit to be in a group of significant conversational group. Right? Beautiful. Sabhayam sadhuhu sabhyaha. So these are taking little bit of, you see, that's where little bit of culture flows into the language. Okay? In these vakyas, the culture is flowing in. Okay? Ashvena tulyaha, ashvavat. Ashvatulyaha also can be written using Tritiya Tatpurusha. Ashvavat pratyaya has been used. Okay? This is a taddita pratyaya. This is vat. Tadvat. Ashvavat. Guruvat. So vat is a taddita. We learned today just by looking at this. But the vigraha is tulyaha, samanaha, that kind of thing. Tulyaha we can stick or you can write samanaha.
Nouns and pronouns.
Huh?
Vat can be used with nouns and pronouns. Vat.
Yeah, you saw tatratyaha was a pronoun only, tatra. Atra, tatra are pronouns kind of.
But just the vat.
Vat also, yeah. Tadvat, etavat. Etavat, I don't know what is the vyutpati, but it sounds similar.
Tavat, sir,
Tavat, etavat, but they are directly avyayas. If you go behind the vyutpati of avyaya, we will never stop our learning. So we will not go behind it. But it sounds to be from this kind of taddita. Actually, etavanti also is used. I don't know what avyaya it is. Anyway, sir.
Dakshinatyah iti Dakshinabhyam
Dakshinatyaha. Dirgha is there. Dakshinatyaha.
Dakshinabhyam Dichi Bhavaha. The Dakshinatyaha. Otherwise, Dakshine Bhava also Dakshinatyaha.
Dakshine Bhavaha Dakshinatyaha. Fine. Correct. Dakshine Jataha Dakshinatyaha. Fine. Datva Dakshina Deshasya Ayam Dakshinatyaha. I don't disagree. Yeah. Mahodaya?
No, I was just interesting thought just came to me when you were talking about Dakshina, this thing. There's this word called dexterity. So correct. That actually comes from that Greek dexiteros. Same, teros is tarap pratyaya. So the right is better than
correct, correct. In fact, there is a huge, actually the language, you can see the Indo-European commonality when you go back to older Latin and Greek. Okay. Though you'll find it more in Latin than in Greek. Okay. And you can see, yes, you can see those commonalities, number one. Again, I don't want to argue the source direction. Okay. And number two, you see this bias in the world. You see this bias in the world. The word that you deployed showed certain bias towards right-handed people. Okay, so dexterous, in fact, destra, sinistra, two words are there in from Italian, which I know, which is closest to Latin that I know. Destra is right, sinistra is left. The word sinister, what does it tell you in English? Bad, negative, like that. Okay. Word dexterous, what does it tell you? Smart, capable,
Flexible.
no, smart, capable, flexible. Many meanings, right? So the word destra and sinistra have taken a complete opposite meaning in the culture, even in European side and so also in Samskritam. Okay, Dakshina is used as a dexter in the similar sense of dexterity. I mean, one who is capable. In Sanskrit also it is used in that sense. Okay, and yeah, but I don't see the sinister part of left. Vama, but yes, it is there. Vama hastaha, Vamana. Vama is used as a left also used in a kubja sense, in a short sense, etc. That means in a slight negative tone is there even in Sanskritam in some words. Vama shabdasya. Vama margaha means bad path. Huh?
It is not left path.
It means the leftist path. I don't want to again draw comments. Vama path pataha. Okay, let's move on. A lot of interesting words here to learn. So right now at this moment, know that we will not be able to precisely place the Vigraha Vakya. Go closest to what comes to you. That's fine. If you can remember accurately, that's fine. Okay.
Are we supposed to write it in English or Sanskrit? The Vigraha?
Sanskrit. That's why I didn't like this lesson.
I mean, they've given it in English in the text.
Yeah, it's not useful. It's not at all useful. Yeah, that's what I am telling you. I will have to rewrite it in Sanskrit. It is useful to also have as the third column, not as the second column. That's all I meant. Yeah, to understand. Yes. Now let us know about some tadditanta avyayas. Tha, tra, taha, da, danim. Okay. So these are all avyayas. See, tadditanta avyayas. See, they end up as avyayas, not as some trilingaka visheshanas or something. Okay. So tha, tra, taha, da, danim. These affixes are added to some pronouns to express different meanings. Okay. Yat, tat, sarva, kim. These pronouns. Yatha, tatha, sarvatha. Okay. And then katham for kim shabda, katham, how type of thing. Okay. These are all avyayas, of course. So basically Samskrita Bharati is saying katham avyaya is kind of derived from this tha pratyaya in napumsaka form. Okay. All right. But it's a avyaya katham. Okay. Looks like an napumsaka form just for simple look. That's all. Yatra tatra sarvatra kutra. So all tra pratyayas. Yatra tatra sarvatra kutra. Okay. Yatratya can be derived further from that. Yatratyaha, tatratyaha, sarvatratyaha, maybe one who is everywhere. Okay. Kutratyaha, one who belongs where. That sense. Okay. Beautiful. All of them can be further taken through another transformation. So there is a double flow possible. Right? Interesting. Yataha, tataha, sarvataha, kutaha. So tasil type of thing. This is the tasil pratyaya. This we can use it as a replacement for Panchami Vibhakti, as we know. Okay, Gramataha, Bengalurutaha, Dillitaha, like that. Okay. Yataha, tataha, sarvataha, kutaha. Tasil pratyaya.
Even yatra tatra can be used in Saptami, na? Yatra.
Yes, in Saptamyarte, but they are avyayas. Saptamyarte avyayam. Yatra iti yasmin ityasya paryayatvam. Tatra ityatra तस्मिन् इत्यत्र पर्यायत्वं. सर्वत्र इत्यत्र सर्वस्मिन् इत्यस्य पर्यायत्वं. कुत्र इत्यस्य कस्मिन् कस्याम् एवं किल किं शब्दस्य अन्यरूपं सप्तम्यां परन्तु अव्ययरूपं. बहुवचनम् इति नास्ति. सप्तम्यर्थे इति एव वक्तव्यं. सप्तम्याम् इति न वक्तव्यं किल. Saptamyarte avyayam in the sense of Saptami locative avyayam. Okay. Very clear, avyayas is listed right above. That's why I highlighted. Okay. So very interesting. So in this section, we are able to appreciate many avyayas, how they were born using what process. So they have their own birth. So some of the avyayas are natively avyayas with which we don't go behind. So then rushi moolam, some moolam na prichet. So same way we can say avyaya moolam na prichet. Maybe a word we can add in the grammar world. Please don't ask about the root of avyayas. it's a pit to fall into. So, but here some avyayas, the moola has been described by them, which are taditanta avyayas. Okay. If you read Mahabharata, you'll understand why we should not ask Rishi Moola. Here are a few sentences where Taditanta forms are discussed above or used. The Taditanta forms above are used. Balakeshu suhasah stula tamaha. So here the tamap has been explained. Okay, using tamap example. So Balakeshu suhasah stula tamaha. So one of many. Oh, a lot of questions are coming in the chat. I am not able to pay attention in the chat. So, Nadhi Moolam, Rishi Moolam. Correct. Lita Varya has given some more. Balakeshu Suhasah Stulatamaha. Sumati Saraswatyoho Sumatihi Sundaratara. Between Sumati and Saraswati, you can pick. I will pick Saraswati because she is the goddess of education, not for any other reason. So, inside she is always beautiful. Nirdeshakeshu Satyajit Prasiddhatamaha. So, amongst the directors, so this one is film director actually, because we know Satyajit Ray, this person. Quite famous. So, Nirdeshakeshu Satyajit Prasiddhatamaha, most famous amongst director. You kind of even today say he is the Satyajit Ray of today, like that.
So, is Nirdeshakaha Tadita or a Samasa then? Nirdeshakaha.
Nirdishati iti sakshat dhatuh asti kila. Tatah kimapi kridantam yojayitva nirdeshakaha iti kritam. Deshakaha nirdeshaka. Nihi dishati, some form is there. Okay.
Suchayati kinds.
Suchayati types. Correct. Good, Bhagini. Tulasi bilva patrayoho tulasi patram lagutaram asti. Between tulasi and bilva patra, tulasi patra is smaller or shorter. Smaller is better because leaf has a broadness, right? It's an area. So smaller is the better word in English. Okay. So both are punya, but tulasi is definitely the smaller one. Okay. Bilva patra, you know, the one of the holy trees is a bilva tree, which has this typical double leaf, triple leaf.
Vinayak Chaturthi we use, no, sir?
Triple leaf, right, Bhagini?
For Vinayak Chaturthi we use, no, bilva.
Does it have a triple leaf form when it grows? Double leaf. Yeah, not triple leaf.
Sir. Triple.
Okay, there is an argument between the ladies. We will figure it out.
Belapatta has double.
Doesn't matter now. It's all about holiness.
Some Mahodaya has given the answer. It comes in two forms. We'll take it.
This is Tridalam, Trinakaram, Trinetram, Trayarusham,
Tridalam. Okay, there is a stotra explaining it as Tridala. So we will take that. Okay. All right. Srinidhi Srinandayoho Srinidhi Kubjataraha asti. Between Srinidhi and Srinanda, Srinidhi is shorter. Kubjataraha. Arundatyaha Matamaha Shvaha Agamishyati. The grandfather, maternal grandfather, Matamaha, not Pitamaha. Arundati's Shashti. Arundatyaha Matamaha Shvaha Agamishyati. Okay, she is blessed. Boho Mitra Shvastana Karyam Adya Eva Chintaya. Always people are telling, no, please plan the work of tomorrow or do it today itself, like that. Chintaya in the sense of do it itself. Okay. So plan tomorrow's work today itself is the literal meaning, but sometimes it kind of means start doing it like that. Okay. I think if somebody does adyatana karyam adya eva karoti chet varam. Shvastana karyam shvaha bhavet chinta nasti. Saha atitihi kutratyaha. That guest is from what place? Where does it belong to? That sense. Kutratyah asti. Oh. Yah tatra stitah sah prasiddha gayakah asti. The one who is standing here is a famous singer. Purandaradasa here himself is standing. Great Purandara. One of the gems of Carnatic classical. Okay. Tadanim uktah vishayah punarapi idanim uchyate. Tadanim uktah vishayah. At that time told subject matter. Again, now also told. Idanim api is not there. Now told. Literally. Told now. Again is implicit. Tadanim uktah vishayah punarapi idanim uchyate. Whatever was told earlier will be told again. Now, okay. So we have a break now, exactly 12 o'clock. So we will take a break now and then attempt this exercise after the break. Okay. Water break, 4 minutes. Thank you. Okay, welcome back. Now I will take one or two questions that are there in the comments. I was looking at them while I was waiting. How to distinguish, Jay writes, how to distinguish between Visheshana Karmadharaya Samasa and Samanya Tatpurusha Samasa, or are they the same? First, let me address the latter part. Are they the same? No, both are Tatpurushas, okay, but they are different. Samanya Tatpurusha refers to Prathama to Saptami Tatpurusha, in which Dvitiya to Saptami has a very typical style, which is very easy to grasp onto. Whereas Prathama Tatpurusha is the is an offbeat Tatpurusha, is an offbeat Tatpurusha. Okay, some people don't even list it in Samanya Tatpurusha. Somehow they teach it as a separate with a different name also. Okay, but anyway, Prathama Tatpurusha and Dvitiya through Saptami belong in the Samanya Tatpurusha class. Deliberately I separated Prathama Tatpurusha from the rest in my way in which I enunciated the sentence. Now, Visheshana Karmadharya and Tatpurusha both, Samanya Tatpurusha both are Tatpurushas. But in Visheshana Karmadharya, there is a Samanadhikarana. That means the Purvapada and Uttarapada both are pointing to the same meaning in the end. Though it is Uttarapada Pradhana, you can say the Purvapada is a dominant player too, in a sense that it is a Visheshana style to the Uttarapada. Okay, but Visheshya is the pointer, dominant pointer to the final meaning, in as we know. That's why it belongs in the Tatpurusha class. So it's called Karmadharaya Tatpurusha. Okay, so that's that. Then Samanya Tatpurusha, as we know, the Vibhakti, the Purvapada always has variant Vibhaktis. Okay, Uttarapada's Vibhakti is irrelevant. Okay, Uttarapada's Vibhakti in the Vigraha at least is irrelevant. And typically in Dvitiya to Saptami, in the Vigraha Vakya, when we point to the Prathama Ekavachana form, which is the standard, it's always in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana. In Prathama Tatpurusha, it is in Shashti. Ardham Gramasya, that's it. Ardha Gramaha. Gramaha is a Pullinga Shabda. Ardham Gramasya. Ardham is a Napumsaka Pada there. Okay. Half of a village. Half a village. Half a village is the one half of the village. And usually, Prathama Tatpurusha occurs only for 4 words. You see the PDF that I have sent. Okay. So it's generally all of them are indicating one half in some direction, like first half, second half, top half, bottom half, this kind of thing. Okay, they are indicating. So that's what. The next question or statement, I think I'm not able to conclude whether it's a question from Lalita ji. We will take Pratipadikam Nara only for Samastapadam. In Vigraha, we have to write Naraha. Okay, she has attempted to type Samskrita as best as she knows with English. Okay, yes, correct. When we form the Samastapada, the Pratipadikams are taken and then they are attached to each other. Then the Vibhakti Pratyaya of the entire Samasta follows the Vibhakti Pratyaya as required in the sentence. Okay, that's correct. But the Vigraha Vakya is something distinct. The Vigraha Vakya has its own rules of how vibhaktis are deployed. Like Ardham Narasya has a very specific rule. Ardham is Napumsaka Ekavachana. Gramasya is Pullinga Shashti Ekavachana. Pullinga because Ardha Gramaha is a Pullinga Shabda. Ardha Gramaha is also a Pullinga Shabda. Punaha again Ardha Grameshu. I mean, Ardhagrame, Grameshu, Ardhagrame iti yadi vadamah, tatra punaha vibhakti yojanam, Ardhagramaha ityasya, punaha tatra prathama vibhaktitaha, saptami vibhaktau sthapaniyam. Tatha. I hope I have answered that. Then there is Nadi Moolam, Rishi Moolam. I think Lalita is giving us some nice insights now and then. That's all.
Kshamita Mahodaya, Ardhagramasya is Prathama Tatpurush, right?
Correct.
If it's given in the Saptami, the way you mentioned Ardhagrameshu. So
Ayo, Ardhagrame. I meant mistakenly I said Grameshu. Let us stick to Ekavachana. Ardhagrame. Like
okay, so
in half the village. Ardhagrame Jalam Pravishat.
So it will be Saptami Tatpurush, right?
Are that Samasta Pada is in Saptami Bhagini. That's what I am hammering into your head. The Samasta Pada is in Saptami. The Samasta is in Prathama Tatpurusha.
Okay. So you write
Don't confuse the two. There are two vibhaktis. One is the vibhakti of the pada in the Vigraha Vakya. There is another vibhakti which is the vibhakti of the eventual Samasta Pada as in the sentence.
Actually,
okay. Have I punched through?
No.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Let us just listen, whatever.
No, Bhagini. Here, confusions are normal. I mean, Niranjana is mouthing it. Many others are not mouthing it. I am being little harsh just so that she wakes up to it, listening. That's all.
So, Ardhagrame, when we do a Vigraha Vakya, how will it be, sir?
Ardhagrame, Vigraha we have to do. Ardham Gramasya, Ardhagramaha, Tasmin Ardhagrame. Got it?
Okay.
That's how. Thanks. Okay. Let me now Abhyasaha. So let us read the exercise we have to do. Crowdsource. We will do crowdsource. Okay. Few of you can unmute as desired and answer. You don't have to raise your hands. Adaha dattani samasta padani tesham vigraha vakyani cha patitva yathodaharanam samasanama nirdishata. Below given samasta words, their vigraha sentences, explanatory sentences, derivation sentences, and that patitva, having read, yata udaharanam, as in the example, samasanama nirdishata, indicate the name of the samasa, precise name. Okay, so udaharanam, sthulaksharani, sthulani aksharani, visheshana purvapada karmadarayaha, fat letters, big letters, like that. So in the nursery they always say sthulakshareshu likatha, like that. Okay, write it in big letters. I mean, in English, big letters means capital letters. In our language, big letters means written really big in the slate or the book. Okay.
Bold letters.
Bold, not bold, big. Yeah, bold is as a type of big only, but bold is different in computers. So dark letters is big, bold letters. So Visheshana Purvapada Karmadaya. So this way we have to do. So very easy. All you guys have to shout is the Samasanama. I will read. Wait till I finish reading the one by one. Then you shout together. Okay. Krishna Phalakam. Krishnam Phalakam. Visheshana Purvapada Samasa. Now here, this is where this memorization becomes critical. Okay, above the table that I already told you, I have kept it as a reference. Okay, so that we can kind of use that. Dirga Rajjuhu,
Visheshana
Purvapada Karmadareha. So here again, don't write ka dot, write Karmadareha. Okay? Better to write not just Visheshana Purvapadaha, please write Visheshana Purvapada Karmadareha. Hyphening is up to you. Yeah.
We shouldn't write Vika.
Don't write Vika. You may. I'm not going to be evaluating. Sanmitra Tat Mitram.
Visheshana Purvapada Karmadhare
Samasa. I wish they had mixed it. They have not helped us by sorting it nicely.
Correct.
They should actually desort it. If I were it, next time I would reorder it and then do the exercise. Okay. Veera Purushaha, Veeraha Purushaha.
Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharaya
Yeah, little bit of wasteful exercise it is becoming. Here I wouldn't do this way. I would write Veeraha Purushaha, Veera Purushaha, Kama Te Veera Purushaha. That is my vigraha. That's my style. I prefer that. For me, for my simple brain, that is easier. Okay, though it is longer to write, but it is easier for me. So I avoid doing Bahuvachana vigrahas. Okay, Visheshana Purushaha. Meghashyamah, Megha iva Shyamah.
Upamana Purvapada
Purvapada Karmadharaya. Very good. Because Megha Shyamah won't fit here. Dark cloud. So Megha iva Shyamah. Because the the thing that is dark is like the cloud. So a quality of the cloud is being deployed into the Shyama word. To explain, it is not any other Shyama, it is like the dark cloud. Nila Megha iva Shyamaha, Nila Megha Shyamaha. Of course, in a Bahuvrihi, that is Krishna. Okay. In a Karmadharya, it is just about the Shyama color itself. Okay. Remember the difference between Megha Shyamaha as Krishna's name and Megha Shyamaha as the name of a color. Right. Okay. Distinguish the two. Megha Shyamaha as the name of a color is Megha Iva Shyamaha. Megha Shyamaha as Krishna's name is Megha Iva Shyama Varniyaha Yaha. Some karma, some type of Bahuvrihi derivative is there. I may not be very accurate there. Okay. Something like that.
Means
okay?
That one is like the Mega. No, Mega Madri.
Yeah, one who is dark like the Mega.
The Mega.
Yasya saha. Yes. Megha iva Shyama Varnaha Yasya saha Megha Shyamaha. There I would like to introduce Varna in Pada. Megha iva Shyama Varnaha Yasya saha. Correct. Yasya saha would be the correct Bahuvrihi explanation. So that is also accurate answer. So Megha Shyamaha can have two answer. Of course, Nila Megha Shyama also can have similarly two answer. Okay. Nila Megha itself is a Karmadharaya.
Yes.
Remember, so there is a stack of Karmadharayas there. Nila Megha Shyama can be a Karmadharaya stack or Karmadharaya followed by a Bahuvrihi definition. Okay. Am I making sense there?
Yes, sir. Yes. Very clear.
Purusha Vyagraha. Purushaha Vyagraha iva.
Upamana
Uttarapada Karmadharaya. Okay. Unoka. Uka, sorry. Himalaya Parvataha. Himalaya iti Parvataha. Sambhavana Purvapada. Jati Vyakti. Vyakti Jati. Sorry, I should order it. Vyakti Jati. Himalaya iti Vyaktihi. Parvataha iti Jatihi. Himalaya iti Parvataha. Okay. Deva Brahmanaha. Deva Pujakaha Brahmanaha. Pujakaha iti Madhyama Padam. So Deva Pujakaha Brahmanaha. A rare entity nowadays.
Why cannot it be Devasya Brahmana?
It can be if you want to take that meaning. Okay. What do you mean by Devasya Brahmana? Devanam Brahmana Brihaspati. Yeah, maybe. Because there is a sense of Brahmana Kula amongst Devas also. Correct.
So Devanam Brahmana will be Sashti Tatpurush then.
Correct. Shashti Tatpurusha, but you should if you want to derive that way in the exam, not a problem. But the stronger one, you remember this way at least. Okay, but write both.
You can write it in plural only, but then.
Remember the plurality is for the Vigraha Vakya. Again, you are conflating two things, Bhagini. The Vigraha Vakya has the plurality there. Don't conflate the two. Okay. Yashodhanam, Yashah eva dhanam.
Avadharana Purvapada Karmadharaya.
Correct. Okay. Vidyadhanam is a standard. Our Vidyadhanam is very easy to remember. Okay. Then Mukha Kamalam. Mukham eva Kamalam.
Avadharana Purvapada Karmadharaya.
Again Avadharana. Okay. So here it is not the Kamala which is though it is, this one again defeats the normal Prayaha Uttarapada Pradhanaha. That is defeated here. Mukham is the Pradhana Pada here. Mukha Kamalam is about Mukham, just like Narasimha is about Naraha. Okay. I mean, a couple of places, Karmadharya defeats the Uttarapada Pradhanya. Okay. All right. Even Pratama Tatpurusha also defeats the Uttarapada Pradhanya in a sense. Ardhagramasya, Ardhagrama is more about the Ardham, though it's a little difficult concept there because half a village is also existing. This also very clearly is Purvapada Pradhana. Mukham eva kamalam, mukha kamalam.
Sir, will it not be Mukham Kamalam Iva?
Mukham kamalam iva is also correct. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. You can write Mukham Kamalam Iva Mukha Kamalam. Sudhir Mondalji, mute raho. No problem. Shaka Parthivaha, Shaka Priyaha Parthivaha.
Madhyama padalopi karmadharya
Madhyama
samskrita.
Padalopi, Shaka Priyaha Parthivaha, Shaka Parthivaha. I mean, Parthivaha, Prutayaha. Parthiva.
Yeah.
I don't know what sense Parthiva takes here, but it's okay. We'll take it for now and not go behind the meaning. Okay. Now see, Mukha Kamalam. I have something popped up here. Okay. So Mukham Kamalam Iva Upamanottara Padaha Api Bhavitum Arhati Tasyaha Mukha Kamalam Pashya. But I'm bringing out where what is more appropriate a little bit here. Okay. Using examples. So let us stop there and look at it. So Mukha Kamalam deployed as Upamanottara Pada is better. Tasyaha Mukha Kamalam Pashya. There. Okay. But Mukham Eva Kamalam Avadharana Purvapadaha fits in this one very nicely. Priyakaram Sa Mukha Kamalam Pushpamiva Arpitavati. Okay. So there is a little bit more accent on the Kamala Pada here. Pushpamiva Arpitavati. I mean, don't worry about the meaning of this a little bit. It's a little risk sentence there. But anyway, so Priyakaram Sa Mukha Kamalam Eva Pushpamiva Arpitavati is very subtle. This is my opinion. Okay. It's a very weak opinion. Both can be deployed. Both vigrahas can be deployed in the
Parthivam Prithivyaha idam.
That which is of this earth. Martyaha Parthivaha.
Or Prithivyaha Bhavaha also you can use them.
Okay. So Madhyama Padalopi, we did that. Narasimhaha, Naraha Simhaha Iva.
Upamana Uttara Padam.
Upamanottara Pada. Actually, Naraha Simhaha Eva. Naraha Eva Simha. Nothing wrong. Yeah. Mahavayyakaranaha. Mahan Vayyakaranaha. Come back to the first one. Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharya. You will be now, when you suddenly get this number 13, you will think all over. Okay. Vishala Prakoshtha. Vishalaha Prakoshtha. Most easy ones, I guess. Yeah. Dasharatha Rajaha. Sambhavana Purvapada. Very good. Dasharatha is one king amongst many kings. So Dasharatha iti Raja. So Rajanaha iti atra bahuvachane. Rajanaha iti jati vishesha. Kings is a type of jati. Amongst them, one king is Dasharatha. Dasharatha Rajaha is Dasharatha iti Raja. Now look, this Raja Shabda is very special. When it goes to, it's a Nakaranta Pradipadika, Rajan. So Raja, Rajanau, Rajanaha is the normal form in the Vibhakti, as we know, no? Raja, Rajanau, Rajanaha, and then it takes on more complex Rajnyaha and all those forms due to Sandhi Visheshas. But when it goes into a Samasta Pada like Maharaja, Dasharatha Raja, like this, then it becomes a Akaranta Pratipadika. Okay. So same happens, Rajaputraha. Even if it is a Purvapada, the Nakara, Nalopa happens. So it kind of is a Akaranta Pratipadika. There's Rajaputraha like that. Though it's less important because it is only staying in Pratipadika form, we are not bothered. When it is a Uttarapada like this, it is an important one to bother with because now we need to know how to decline it in other Vibhaktis. So Dasharatha Rajaha, Dasharatha Rajau, Dasharatha Rajaha. Though Dasharatha Rajau, Dasharatha Rajaha, where we will deploy them, I don't know. Just for technicality, let us say it is in Dvivachana and Bahuvachana. Like that way it goes. Like Rama Shabda. Okay. Whereas in normally it will be Raja. See, this is Raja is नकारान्त प्रथम एकवचन रूपम. So
Raja.
Dasharatha iti Raja. So this one is Jati Vyakti. So Sambhavana Purvapada Karmadharyaha. So good. I think we guys have, though we are not kind of on top of it, I think we have gathered sufficient knowledge to move forward. Samasam Kritva Samastapadam Samasanama Chalikata. So what they have done is slightly added complexity to it. So they have given the Vigraha. They have, actually, this is also not too difficult. Usually we struggle with the Vigraha. Vigraha is where we struggle. I don't think we struggle with the components, the final form, name also. So, okay, Kailasaha iti. Okay, one example they have given. Purvardaha Visheshana Purvapada Karmadarayaha. Purvaha Ardaha. Okay, remember, this, don't confuse this with Pratama Tatpurusha, Ardham Gramasya and all that. Okay, this one is Karmadarya because the dominance of Ardha is coming in the word itself as a Uttarapada. So this one is not not half of some entity. This is the half is the previous half or the prior half, prior or previous half or the western half. Okay, you can, if you take desha, if you take space, then it is western, sorry, eastern. What did I do? Eastern half. Or if you take kala, it is previous half, earlier half sense. Okay, all right. So again, you remember why we call Purva as the previous and Paschima as the posterior part. Again, we associate that with sun's movement. So because sun starts in the morning, which is the beginning of the day for us in the east, we also call it earlier. And the evening, we call it later. That you can see the association of the word to the time there. Space becomes time there. Correctly associated. Okay, Purvardha. So now Kailasaha iti Adrihi.
Kailasadrihi Sambhavana
Purvapada. See, Kailasaha iti Vyakti Visheshaha Jatihi Adrihi.
Any specific meaning for Adrihi?
Adri is Parvataha.
Okay, Kailasa.
Parvataha. Adrihi. Okay, Kailasadri Sambhavana Purvapada. Ayodhya iti Nagari.
Ayodhya Nagari
Sambhavana Purvapada. Copycat. Okay, Ayodhya iti Nagari. See, this Nagara Shabda is again another interesting Shabda. It is available as Nagaram. It is also available as Nagari. Okay, so Bhagini. Okay, so it is available as Strilinga Pada also. Okay, so typically because Ayodhya is a Strilinga Shabda, it is nice to go with Nagari, but Ayodhya Nagaram is also perfect. Ayodhya iti Nagaram, Ayodhya Nagaram. There is no rule that Ayodhya is Strilinga, so Nagaram is. No, this happens to be individually, this happens to be Stri, that happens to be Stri. But Ayodhya iti Nagaram is also precise statement. Okay. Iti separates. Even otherwise, some places there are Vidheyaka Bhavas. Okay, where Linga can
But it is
differ.
Akarant ending, na?
Ramaha iti Mitram. Ramaha.
Ayodhya is a Akarant ending. That's why they preferred in the Striling.
It is a weak, choice. That's all. It's not necessary. Ayodhya Nagaram is also accurate. That's all I told. Okay. Guruhu eva, here because two choices are there, the word has gone with Nagari. Guruhu eva devaha.
Guru Devaha Avadharana Purvapada.
And we know also it can become Eva type also. Okay. Vajram iva kathoram.
Vajra Katoram Upamana Purvapada.
Upamana. Vajram. So you can kind of see the sense. Vajra Katoram, when you see the Samasta, you can see. What is the relationship of Kathorata and Vajra? Vajra has Katorata. So Vajram eva Katoram. That's how we have to analyze in our brain to arrive at the Vigraha Vakya. Okay. Vajram eva Katoram, Vajra Katoram. Okay. Upamana Purvapadaha. Pratamaha Purushaha.
Prathama Purusha
Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharyaha. So Pratama Tatpurushaha is also Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharyaha. Okay. So Tatpurushaha Saha Purushaha Tatpurushaha, something like that. Maybe also a Karmadharya. Okay. Mahan Devaha.
महादेवः
विशेषणपूर्वपद कर्मधारय
Mahan cha
महादेवः
asau devah mahadevah. So again nalopa happens.
Nalopa.
Actually mahat shabda, sorry, mahat shabda, I don't know how maha comes from it. There's a little bit grammar is involved. Mahat shabda becomes mahan in pullinga ekavachana. Okay, so mahati in strilinga. Okay, I think something like that. Visheshana purva padah kusumam iva komalam. Aha.
कुसुम कोमलम उपमान पूर्वपद कर्मधारय
Upamana, correct? Kusumam iva komalam. So here the komalatva of kusuma is being used to describe what kind of komalatva. Same way, kathoratva. What kind of kathoratva? Vajra kathoratva. Okay, kusuma komalatva, pushpa komalatva, kamala komalatva, like that. Upamana purva padaha. Mukham padmam iva.
मुखम पद्मम उपमान उत्तर पद कर्मधारय
I already have the answer. It's linked to upamanottara, but yeah, upamanottara pada. Okay, so here this is more what you call kavitva is more in mukha padma than padma mukha. Okay, padma mukhi we can say for a lady. I don't want to use for a purusha. So padma mukhi, when we say one who has padmam iva mukham yasyaha saha, like that, padma mukhi bahuvrihi it goes. Okay, but mukha padmam is about mukha. Okay, but upamanottara pada, the pradhana is mukha here, but padma is being accented in the samasta. Mukha padmam almost as if the face is itself the lotus, like that, almost. Okay, puranaha purushaha.
पुराण पुरुषः विशेषण पूर्वपद
Okay, some people believe Sri Ramaha Purana Purushaha iti. Vayam kim chintayamaha saha sakshat sajiva purushaha iti. Karaha kamalam iva. Upamanottara pada. Okay, so here kamalam is napumsaka. So karakamalam is also napumsaka. See the straight bias. See, karaha is a pullinga shabda, kamalam is a uttara pada. Okay, so here kamalam itself is like the hand. So karakamalam. So bagini tasyaha karakamalam yojayati. She deploys her lotus hands, like that. Okay, here the accent is on the lotus, so it takes the vibhakti, everything of the kamala shabda. It's about the kamala shabda a little bit. Okay, but hand is being denoted. So always this iva, where it comes later, like this mukham padmam iva, the accent you see is clearly from the here mukham also happens to be napumsaka, but it is technically you can think of it as karapadmam. I mean, not that anybody does karapadmam, but you could do in the same way as kamalam is used, karapadmam. So mukha padmam, karakamalam, they are corollaries. One is about face being like the flower, another is about hand being like the flower. Face being the flower is about the brightness, beauty. Hand being like the flower is about softness and the shape of the patra of the kamal.
You have people doing handcrafts or shaping their hands in the form of a kamal, so there that karapadmam can be used.
So it is smoothness also.
Smoothness, shape, beauty, all those things. Correct. Smoothness. Correct.
Mahodaya Mukha Kamalam Avadarana Purvapada. This is also Karakamalam. So Avadarana Purvapada can't come.
Mukha kamalam is mukham padmam iva, mukham kamalam iva, like that. But yes, mukham eva kamalam, mukha kamalam is not incorrect. Like we told, no? Some places you can deploy. See, that's why I have the arrow here to two places. Mukham padmam iva, karaha kamalam iva. Both can take variant forms.
Okay.
So, but make sure that the Vigraha Vakya in the exam, at least, for finally we know what it means, it's not a problem. But for the exam purpose, whatever choice you make sure the Vigraha Vakya and the naming follows tracks correctly. Okay?
Yes.
But just don't think Mahan Iva Devaha, Mahadevaha like that and all you can do. No. You cannot deploy any Vigraha Vakya anywhere. There has to be some Artha Yukta Yojana. Okay?
Yes.
That's all. Beyond that, 1 or 2 marks you may lose if you deploy incorrectly. Don't get caught up with that. It's okay. At the learning stage, we make all those mistakes. I am less worried about marks.
Sir, who evaluates, sir?
Volunteers. All of us are volunteers, Bhagini. Samskrita Bharati is consisting of very few Purna Kalikas, those who work full time for them, and millions of volunteers. Millions,
otherwise
okay,
we are
thousands.
called
We wish it were
Karyakartas.
millions, thousands of volunteers like me.
Karyakartas, no, sir.
Karyakartas, yes. Karyameva dhanam karyadana. Okay.
So there is a possibility of you also evaluating our papers, no, sir?
There, in the earlier year, one Purna Kalika used to use me a lot, send me bundles, or ask me to come over to the office and take bundles of hundreds and evaluate. Nowadays, somehow they are sparing me. They think, okay, he's over 60, let him be. Earlier, when I was below 60, I used to be asked to come and take 100 answer papers, submit back with corrections and evaluation and all that. Nowadays, I am being spared, but I could volunteer. Yeah. Udaharane darshitena kramena adho nirdishtanam taraprathyayantam tamaprathyayantam cha rupam likhata. So we have to write tarap and tamap variant. We are not expecting to write the full definition. Just write the take the Pratipadika and take it to tarap tamap forms. Just a basic translation, transformation, not translation. Basic transformation to be learned. So komalaha, komalataraha, komalatamaha. So pullinge. Komalaha is pullinge. So taraha tamaha will happen. Not tara tama. If it is komala, then it will komalatara, komalatama, like that. Okay? Then kim, strilinge. See, they have indicated strilinga because the Pratipadika is kim. So ka is the version mentally. Mentally, it's like ka. So katara, which of the two? Katama, who amongst many? This is actually a lesson. This should have belonged in the lesson. So this katara, katama, kataraha, katamaha, kataram, katamam. So kataraha means which of the two boys are you referring to? Okay. Katara means which of the two girls or ladies are you referring to? Katama means which of the many ladies are you referring to? Like this. Okay. So these are all Kim Shabda variants using Tarap and Tamap Pratyaya. They have taught us a few in the lesson. Go back. They have taught us a few Kim Shabda variants somewhere. We saw. Yeah. So here they told about Kim and 1 or 2 examples like this. Katham, Kutra, Kutaha. They should have expanded the lesson here to include this also potentially. It would have been nice, but it's being taught here. Everywhere examples that appear, even in the exercise, is a way to learn for us. Katara, Katama. So these are all teachings only. Vishalam, Vishalataram, Vishalatamam. So why it is Napumsaka? Vishalam, Bhavanam. Mentally, Vishalam, Bhavanam, like that you think. Vishalam, Griham, like that you think. If it is Vishalaha, then Vishalaha, Grantaha. Some kind of big grantha, like that, broad grantha. I mean, I chose a wrong example. Some other thing. Vishala Nagari, for example. Vishala will be used there. Okay, Vishalatara, Vishalatama, like that. Dehili Nagari, Vishalatara, Vishalatama Nagari. Bharatiya Nagareshu. Okay. Vishalatara Nagari, like that. Nagareshu, maybe Nagaryasu, like that we will take. Nagari Shabdasya, Nadi Shabdasya, Saptami Bahuvachane Katam Bhavati Tata. Nadishu, Nagarishu, correct. Nagarishu, Nagaryashuna, Nagarishu. Nadi Shabdavat. Astu. That is the mental struggle for us with other than Akarantas. Okay. So now let us crowdsource this. Drida napumsake.
Dridataram, Dridatamam.
Dridataram, Dridatamam. Perfect. Dridataram, Dridatamam. So what I have written further is Dridam is the Pratama Ekavachana form of that Drida napumsake. I mean, I just put it the version of that. Firm.
What is
Meaning is also
Tarabanta?
something, because some people want to know the meaning because sometimes it may be new to them. Firm, okay, is the sense of it.
Sir, what is this term that is used? Tarbantam and Tambantam.
Tarabantam, tamabantam. So there is a Justva. There is a Tarap Antam, Tarabantam. Tamap Antam,
Okay.
Tarabantam.
Okay.
Tamabantam. Here, where did you see that? Ah, here. Oh, title. Yeah. There is a Justva of Tarap and Tamap. That's all. See, Jastva doesn't require a postfix rule. So Tarap becomes Tarab. And then you see the next letter, is it a Mrudu Vyanjana or a Swara? If it is a Mrudu Vyanjana or a Swara, we keep the Jastva variant, which is Tarab. So especially when we write it like this, without Avasana, we write Tarabantam, not Tarapantam. Tarabantam is the correct form as a Avasana-less version of the word in Sandhi. Okay?
Mahodaya, Taraptamap ends with the Avyaya, correct? Or is it an...
Illa, yo, Bagini. Tara, see here, Komala Taraha, Komala Tara, Komala Taram. 3 forms are there.
Okay,
it is Trilingaka.
Okay, sir.
It is a Visheshana almost to that person. Okay? So, Rama Lakshmanayoho, Ramaha Komala Taraha. Between Rama and Lakshmana, definitely Rama is the Komala Tara. Lakshmana is always angry. Okay.
We also have
For
7
good reasons, but he
forms.
is always angry. Yeah.
And we can use it in any vibhakti.
Yes.
Or is it always Pratama?
Komalatarasya Ramasya.
Yes.
Like that you can use. So good questions should come like this because confusions will be there. Okay. No problem. Sulabha Pumsi.
Sulabhataraha, Sulabhatamaha.
Sulabhataraha, Sulabhatamaha. Sulabaha is the pulling of form. They could have written just that, but they chose to write the Pratipadika and the Linga rather than this word. So here Subantam, I should put, if I have to add a column name for this, Subantam, Tarabantam, Tamabantam. Subantam is Tridam, Sulabaha, like that. This is Pratipadikam. Vatsala Stri. Very good. Vatsalatara, Vatsalatama. Okay, Vatsala is the though it can be a sanya for a lady, but the original word itself is fond. Okay, Vatsala, it's fond. Fondness is different. That is a Tadita. Vatsalyam, Tadita. Okay, see how beautifully these vrittis take us from one to the other. So it is like a network. Samskrita words are like a network. Sarvam Datujam Aha Shakatayanasya Potam. Like that I told, no? The Mahavakya of Samskrita. So from there, from Dhatus, it's like a network. There are some Nipatas, there are some drop-ins, but mostly it's like a network. One to the next, like that. Beautiful world. The way nature is. Nature is having few fundamentals. From that, everything like that. Like proton, neutron, electron fundamentals. Like that. Okay. Sukumara Napumsake.
Sukumarataram,
Sukumaratamam. Very good. Is a Napumsaka, so tamam. But Sukumaram would be the Napumsaka. Okay. Delicate sense, like that. Okay, delicate sense of something. I don't know why it will appear in Napumsaka. It would usually appear as Sukumaraha, Sukumari, something like that. So maybe Sukumaram, Mitram, it may appear in Napumsaka for that reason. Yeah, Bhagini? But Kumara is not applicable to Pushpa. Sukumara here is Yeah, I don't know.
Applicable to prince and
It's not about
boys.
komalatva. It is
Sir,
about
young
youngness.
fellows.
Young boys
Youth,
and
youth,
girls.
yeah, youth. It is about youth.
Young fellow.
Young, yeah. Okay, but what happens in Rudibala is Sukumari means one who is Komala. Actually, it simply means she is very young. That's what Sukumari means. But in the Rudibala, what happens? That means she is like a princess, yeah, always demanding other people's help, like that.
महोदय स्त्रीलिङ्गे ईकारान्तमपि सम्भवितुम् अर्हति वा तरतमः प्रत्यययोः?
No. तरप्तमप् तु आकारान्तमेव. तत् पूर्वं यदस्ति तत्र स्त्रीलिङ्गे कस्मिन्नपि रूपे भवितुम् अर्हति.
अस्तु अस्तु अस्तु
अस्तु. स्थूल स्त्री.
स्थूलतरा
स्थूलतमा. So luckily these taraptamap are useful for us because in that sense that they don't take other strilinga pratyayas. They are taking ang type of pratyaya only. Tap, or I don't know what is the exact name of the tap, I think, pratyaya of the strilinga. There are 6 pratyayas, strilinga pratyayas. That ini, I, a, all those forms. Krisha, pullinge.
कृशतरः
कृशतमः. Well done. Krishaha is the a slim fella. So amongst the many slim fellows, he is Krishataraha. I mean, amongst 2, he is Krishataraha. Amongst many, he is Krishatamaha. That is the difference between the Tarap and Tamap. Shobana Stri.
Shobhanatara,
Shobhanatama. Shobana. It happens to be also Akaranta Strilinga. So Shobana, bright. As a standalone word, it is something that is bright. As a Sanya, it is a lady who is bright. Something like that. Kathina, Napumsake. Kathinatamam. It is a very easy exercise, but still better to practice one so that our brain starts learning it. Kathinam karyam. Katinaha purushaha. Kathina mahila. Like that. Okay. Vishala stri. Vishalatama. Vishala, broad. Again, it's a Visheshana type of pada. Okay. Vishalam bhavanam. Vishala shala. Like that. Vishalaha manaha. Oh, manaha is Napumsaka actually. Vishalam manaha.
Vishalam netram will come, no?
Netram is Napumsaka. I'm trying to look for a pullinga pada that fits the bill. That's all. Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay. Vishalaha gramaha. Vishala gramaha. Vishalatara shala. I mean, between 2 schools, one school is broader, like that. Okay.
Koshtaha also we can use, sir.
What were you?
Koshtaha we can use, sir.
Koshtaha, prakoshtaha, correct. Prakoshtaha shabda is there. Vishalaha koshtaha, Vishalaha prakoshtaha. Correct. Koshtaha means box. Prakoshtaha generally in Rodibala means a room. Yeah, we can use in that sense. Okay. Kathora padasya pullinge. Kathorataraha kathoratamaha. Vibhishana Ravanayoho. Ravanaha kathorataraha. Vibhishana to anyata eva. Parantu evam. Krura. Actually, you can Kumbhakarna Ravanayoho. Ravanaha kathorataraha. Kumbhakarna was actually trying to tell Ravana, what are you doing after waking up? It's a beautiful story. He'll tell, what are you trying to do? But I will do it because I am your brother, and he'll go and fight. Ruksha padasya pullinge. Harsh. They have given the meaning for this one. They could have bothered to give for everything, but I have also copied that. Rukshaha, one who is harsh. Rukshataraha, one who is harsher. And harshest is Rukshatamaha. So harsh, harsher, harshest. How we learn in English. I have written. Durbala Stri.
Durbalatara, Durbalatama.
Durbalatara, Durbalatama. Durbala, Durbalatara, Durbalatama. A feeble lady, a feeble of the is the most feeble lady. I mean, lady I am using as a placeholder, any Strilinga pada. It need not be a lady. Okay, it can be some Strilinga pada also. Okay. Prabala, Napumsake. Taram Prabalatamam. Tikshna, Striling. Tikshnatara Tama. Okay, Tikshna is the sharp. Tvarita Tvarita. I wish, I don't know why they put us through so many of these. It's better if they give other types more examples.
Easy.
15 of this is a little too much, but that's okay. We have done it.
Actually, it's very easy. You simply use the Pratyapakam and add the Tara and Tama.
Correct. Actually, the struggle is for the first column if we didn't know the linga, etc. and all that they have given, so we can write it. Yeah, this one is not a great deal. Taraptamap is probably one of the easier lessons for us in this book. Compared to samasas, what complexity we had. This is a easy taddita.
Marks, how much we'll get, sir, in this? Only
one
or
marks.
two, no?
If it comes 1 marks for each such question will be the maximum.
महोदय एक संशयमस्ति
संशयः वदतु
किं स्त्रीलिङ्गे कतरा कतमा नपुंसकलिङ्गे it will be kataram katamam.
Correct. Kataram katamam. When will we deploy these two variations? Listen to these two examples. Okay. Strishu katara atisundari asti. I mean, I'm sorry if we keep using Saundarya with Stri, etc. But take it. Okay, don't take it in a very feminist sense. Strishu katara sundaratara asti sundaratama. See, Strishu katara sundaratama katama. Sorry, Strishu katama sundaratama asti. Like that. Okay, that is the correct deployment. Or Lakshmi Saraswatyoho Katama.
Can I add something? I think what she's trying to ask is by default the Pratipatikam will always be Purush. I mean male.
It is just a default choice when we learn. Okay, correct. So we have to know. Which belongs as a Visheshana. Pullinga deployment is only in example. But Samskrita Bharati in these 15, they have spread the lingas nicely. Okay. So Stulaha is also there, Stula is also there, Stulam is also there. We know that. They have in the teaching only they showed the variants. Bhagini has forgotten.
I think what she was
in the teaching only, somewhere they showed us the 3 variants somewhere.
I think what she's asking
here. Tamap Tarap they didn't show. They showed it for this. Okay. They should have shown the 3 lingas for Tarap Tamap for 1 word only. They haven't bothered. Okay. No problem.
Sir, I think what she's asking is
she let her ask, no?
No, I think it's not very clear.
Let her ask.
Yeah. No, I asked since it is Kim is given. Okay, it is given as 3 linga, so it becomes Katara Katama.
Correct. Because 3 is given, we have to go with Ka. Correct.
So Pullingam, it will be Kataraha Katama.
Kataraha Katamaha. Correct.
But Napumsakalingam, it will be
Kataram Katamam. Correct. Correct. Taratama Tamam Taram. Like that.
And Mahodaya, Taraptama is affixed only to Visheshana because here all the words are Visheshanas.
Kind of. Because automatically when we are doing comparison, there is a quality element coming into picture. Do you see that? When we compare to, immediately Guna is involved, right? When Guna is involved, Visheshana is involved. It's all linking like that.
Sir, in the Pusapalingam, should be Kataram and Kataramam.
Katamam.
No, Kataramam.
Katamam. Correct. Tamam, not Katam. Katam is some other word. Katamam. Correct. Good. Correct.
Taram, tamam.
Correct. Taram, tamam. Like here. Taram, tamam.
No, so it should be Kataram and Kataramam.
Kataram, katamam. What is taramam? You're coming up with a new comparative.
No, it's in Pullinga, it is Kataraha and Kataram.
That is correct.
Oh, in Pullinga, it is Kataraha,
Sir, is it Katarataram or Kataram?
Kataram. Taram, katamam. Taramam, no. Kataram.
Taram.
You see, they see their own examples. Okay.
The point I was trying to drive home is whether it's the napunsakling or striling or pulling, the basic padikam is always in male, male gender only. This is what I was trying to drive home. You simply add the tara, tama. Tara,
So
tama.
now I will come to you, Bhagini. So madhura taram, not taramam. Okay, please note the lessons. Okay, very clear.
Okay.
I wish they had shown more examples in the lesson itself rather than lead us all over through exercise. We are learning more than from the original, but it is there, a little bit is there if you notice carefully. Okay.
Okay.
I agree. There is a subtle variation happening there. Not taramam, it is taram. Tarap pratyaya, but takes the not taramam form, taram form. Okay. Tara pratipadika, taraha, tara, taram. Tarap, start from tarap and tamap. Tarap, recall that it has itaksharas. So tara and tama. So now Bhagini was trying to say something, but I was focusing on slide movement. So I completely lost her. What?
Actually, just
You were trying to say that you were trying to say something. Yeah, please say.
Like, we simply remember it this way. You take the pratipadikam, which is always in masculine, like drud. Not drud. I'll take
No, it's not masculine. It is in all three genders, the pratipadika. Pratipadika is at that point genderless because it's a visheshana pratipadika.
So if you take sulabh, so if you want
Sulabha, sulabam. Yes.
So
Sulabha is a trilingaka pratipadika there.
Okay. But if you want to add, what you remember is if you want to make it stilinga, you add tara and tama. If you want to make it a pullinga.
First let us talk of taking sulabha into three forms. Let's talk of subantas first before you go to taraptam. So sulabha is sulabha, sulabham. We should learn that first. That is the first form. The linga yukta subanta. Okay. Then that's why I call this dridam, sulabha, etc. as the subanta column. Then the tarabanta, tamabanta start from the pratipadika and go with tara, tama, pratyaya, and then attach the linga variant. Taram for napumsaka, taraha for pullinga, tara for strilinga, tamam for napumsaka, tamaha for pullinga, tama for strilinga, like that. Bhagini?
Sir, the pratipadikam doesn't change. What changes is your endings like tama and tara.
Correct, Bhagini. When we do the tadita, we start with the pratipadika again. We don't start with the subanta. The vritti, no. It is, so we start with the pratipadika and do the taraptama application.
The endings don't change,
They track because they track because we are talking of a napumsaka entity that is firm and one which is firmer amongst two. So this is also in napumsaka because the entities that we are starting with are in napumsaka. The comparative is between two napumsaka entities, so dridataram.
No, pratipadikam per se will not have gender, right?
What will not have gender, Bhagini? Pratipadikam, you can't completely say that. Visheshana pratipadikas are trilingakas. There is a gender at that point because it will end up in that gender, right? if you know Amarakosha well, some Pratipadikas end up in Strilinga and Napumsaka. Some Pratipadikas end up only in Pullinga as a native word, Linga. So you can say that Pratipadika, you cannot call it genderless. It is not yet apparent. That much you can say. Is it okay to say that?
One more question. Taking Sulabha. Now Sulabha, we can have it in feminine. We can also have Sulabha Tara, Sulabha Tama. We can also have Sulabha Tamam and Sulabha Tamam. This is what I was trying to put across.
I thought that's what I taught. I don't know.
No. I mean, I was just saying that only the endings we have to remember to change depending on what is asked. Like Tara, Tama.
Yeah. Okay, guys. If that helps, yeah. She's accepting what I don't think I differed in the way I taught from what she's telling.
The gentleman who was asking now, he was saying Taram. So I was just trying to put across this point to him.
No. His question was Taramam or Tamamam, like something like that. He was going. So he was little confused about this re disappearing. Something he was trying to make an extended suffix. That's all. That was, I just told him, no, don't go that far. It is Taram, Tamam. That's all.
No, because my question was in Pullinga, it is Kataram. In Napusakalinga, what should it be?
Katamam.
Katamam. Okay, good. Thank you.
Oh, Kataram, Katamam. Kataraha. Let us just take Kataraha, Katara, Kataram. Okay. Katamaha, Katama, Katamam. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Don't go both linga and type variation. Just go parallel like that. Then it is easier for your head. Okay. Okay, so we will stop here. I think well overshot, but I think everything is important. Sometimes if I sound irritated, please pardon me.
Nothing, sir. We are very happy with
but don't stop asking your questions. All questions are important. Actually, more than my teaching, the question answer is probably more critical. Where I know to answer accurately, I will try. Where I don't know, I will research and come back. Okay, in the group. Thank you, everybody. So we'll meet at 3 o'clock and go for an hour or so.
Dhanyavad.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ನಮಸ್ಸರ್ವೇಭ್ಯಃ.